So bring yourself into a nice comfortable seat. Just any way that you'd like to, as long as you feel your sits bones grounded down. And then you have the length of the spine reaching all the way up through the crown of the head. So in whatever way that feels comfortable to you. And then we're just gonna bring our awareness into our breath to begin. So just close the eyes if you'd like to close the eyes. Just taking this intentional moment to come within. An intentional pause to return to the origin. Coming back to your true nature. Noticing the breath. Noticing the breath with a gentle, compassionate curiosity. So clear the mind of any critique. Just getting information from the body. How is the breath moving? Is it moving freely? Is it moving fully? Are there any areas that it feels like it's getting stuck in? Are you able to feel the full expansiveness of your breath? Front, back, side to side, up and down. Let's go a little bit more intentional in our breath and focus a little bit more on some diaphragmatic breathing. So I want you to take your hands like little pinchers, and you'll just bring them around to your ribs, so low ribs zone. And make sure the hands are low enough that you're not feeling any lift or tension in the shoulders. And as you inhale through the nose, feel the rib cage expand side to side, front and back into your hands. And then as you exhale, feel the ribs slide down and soften down towards the pelvis, creating space between the ribs and the hands. Again, inhale. Feel this expansive breath, side to side, front and back, and exhale. Narrowing, softening, smoothing out. As you inhale, again expand, creating space here between the rib rings and these intercostal muscles, and exhale. So we allow the diaphragm to move fully. As you inhale, the diaphragm moves downward, the pelvic floor moves downward, and then as you exhale, it all comes back upward with this sense of lengthening and gentle lift. This is really important for us to be able to breathe really completely and create space in the body so that we can breathe fully, so that we're not holding our breath or shortening the breath, right? So that we don't create any dysfunction in the body. And we're just making some time here to do this before we go into more structured movement, because our form dictates function. So we want to create space. Let the hands just fall down. Let's take the left arm up and then just gently fold over. So just really easy, almost like you started to go over to the right and then allowed gravity to kind of get involved here. And then come back up, and we'll just do the other side. So really easy here. And then side bend to the opposite direction. Let the head follow along with the neck. And back up. We'll just do maybe one more each side. Again, we're just creating space for our breath to move fully, so that when we really want to have access to that breath and that strength, it's available to us. And come back down. So let's just take a moment here to create a little bit of space in the neck. So I want you to take your right hand and find your collarbone on your left side. So you can kind of start at the sternoclavicular joint. So right where that collarbone meets the sternum, you can feel that like indent. And then just travel out along that collarbone. If you can put hand on skin, that's ideal. If not, don't worry about it. But you're just gonna trace out along that collarbone, that clavicle, just getting yourself really familiar with like, oh, okay, like I can feel my collarbone going out. It goes all the way out. There's the tip, the acromion, right there, I feel it. And then I want you to place your hand underneath the collarbone and just like a wide hand like this, and then put a little downward pressure, almost like you're creating a little depression there. So a little downward pressure. We've got all these muscle attachments on the neck here that attach to the collarbone and the first rib, and we're gonna create some space there. So right ear, so this is my right shoulder. So my right ear is gonna drop down towards my right shoulder. So I already feel a little bit of stretch there. And now I'm gonna think about my left jawline, right? Because that's where the attachments of the muscles are, from under the jawline to under the clavicle. And I'm gonna look for space there. So this is gonna be very exploratory. I'm really interested in valuing both execution and exploration. And right now, we're more concerned about exploration. So I want you to just take your time and play with this, right? So I'm gonna move my chin away from my hand. I'm gonna start to maybe move it up towards the ceiling. And again, this is your own. I'm just guiding a framework, and just continue to move here and just notice if you feel any areas of tightness, and maybe you want to stay there a little longer, maybe you want to linger, or maybe you want to keep moving. But slow, really slow and really gentle. Breathing. Maybe surprising yourself with some of the tightness around the jaw in some areas. Again, an ease. And when you're ready, release that right hand first. And then slowly bring the head back in line. Then pause there for a moment, open the eyes. Just notice the difference between the left side and the right side. It's almost like we've just created like a more blood flow on the left side. So I know even my left eye, my periphery is more expanded. I feel more brightness and lightness and clarity. And of course, spaciousness. So let's go to the other side. Let's find the left hand to the sternoclavicular joint. Go travel out that collarbone. Again, get yourself familiar with where that collarbone is, almost like a little self-massage too here. Be gentle, hands on body, and just kind of rub and massage there. A little soft tissue work. Go all the way out to the acromion, right? Feel that knob there at the end. And then we're gonna place the palm, the hand nice and open, right under the collarbone, and a downward depression there, right? So just a little downward pressure, and then left ear to left shoulder. I'm already feeling a pretty big stretch there. I've been having some tightness on my right side for me, so I can really feel the difference between right and left. And then start to travel, so jawline away from that left hand or right collarbone. And then start to explore here. And I'm gonna even take my chin. I'm gonna go all the way to the left with my chin, and then start to go up with my chin and just explore there. Breathing, looking for space where you can create space. No judgment, right? This is totally unique to you, right? There is no right or wrong, good or bad. I want you to trust your own intuition here, your own innate wisdom, which is always with you. When you feel ready, releasing the left hand first, and then bring the head back in line with spine. And then again, we'll just take a moment here to just allow the impression of the work that we just did to just kind of settle in without like rushing it away. Taking a moment before we transition into our mat Pilates work, to just have a moment of gratitude, a moment of appreciation for community, for us being here together this morning, for us being able to move our body in this way, to know that we have access to wisdom when needed. So we're going to transition here, and I am going to like continue with a little bit of some shoulder work and things. So before we completely lie down, we're going to end up lying down on the mat. But before we go there, I just want to just mention our shoulder blades here, because our shoulders are really meant to be able to move really freely and have a lot of ease. And I notice in a lot of just life in general, whether it's in a movement facility or not, just life, we're either, lifting up or rounding forward, or then we're doing the opposite, like, oh no, shoulders back, shoulders down, and like creating this forced tension. And really, the shoulders should just be like really freely. And I want you to shift your attention instead of to, oh, I need to like maybe correct my posture, instead of going to, oh, shoulders back and squeezing down, instead of, oh, I need to maybe adjust my posture, I'm gonna bring my rib cage up into my shoulder blades. And so just maybe bringing an awareness between the interplay and the relationship between the ribs and the shoulder blades. Really often we don't need to move the shoulder blades. We need to maybe adjust our rib cage up into, so like rib cage up into shoulder blades, so that the shoulder blades can lie where they are supposed to be. And again, just they move freely along the ribs. Okay, not to get too heady, let's go to the body. So let's come down to our mat. And we're gonna play with ball today and some hand weights. So go ahead and lie down. Let's take hand weights near you, ball right between the inner thighs. And then go ahead and take your time. Go ahead and lie all the way down onto your mat. Good. Arms long by your side. Take an inhale. As you exhale, a gentle squeeze on the ball. Curl the tailbone under and then release it away. Exhale, curl the tailbone under, feel the low back spread into the mat. So soft abdominals. I'm not gripping my belly here. I'm thinking of this as a bony movement. And then inhale, release. Now my thigh bones have sunk in. I've got space. My low back is lifted. And exhale, curl. And I'm just playing with my mobility, my range of motion in my low back, just like right in my pelvis. This is a bony rhythm here. We're gonna take it into a bridge next. So inhale, exhale, curl the tailbone under, press into the feet, lift up into your bridge, reach the arms behind you, and then just massage the spine down. Think one vertebra at a time, one bone at a time comes down into the mat. Inhale, release. Keep the arms back there. Exhale, curl the tailbone under, soften the rib cage. As you lift the hips, squeeze the ball. Notice this nice and narrow line here, and then massage all the way back down. One more time. Inhale, exhale, squeeze the ball, curl the tailbone under, lifting up into that bridge position. And then slowly just roll all the way back down. Good. Take your hand weights in your hands. Again, I want you to take the arms behind you overhead. Squeeze the ball. Float the hands to the ceiling. Curl the upper body. You're in this nice upper ab curl. And then as you float back down, press into the feet. The hips go up. Ribs go down, arms go back.
Start to massage the spine down and then lift the arms and rock up. So it's going to be a little rocking sensation, and then press into the feet. Start to lift the hips up, the upper body goes down, the arms reach behind you. Start to roll the spine first, the arms follow, and curl the upper body. Press into the feet, squeeze the ball, deepen the abdominals, and float the upper body back. Again, arms up, nod in. Deepen from the center, pause and stay here. Take the legs to your tabletop position. Float the shape of the legs down towards the mat. They don't have to touch the mat. That's just the direction they're going. Inhale and exhale up. So inhale, lower the legs and lift. Good, the shape of the legs. Notice the back of my knees aren't moving at all. I'm just really rolling my thigh bones forward, and then I'm rolling my thigh bones backwards. I'm gonna add the arms go up as the legs go away. The arms go down as the legs come in. Inhale, reach away, and exhale. And my ribs are staying totally still. My shoulder blades are staying totally still. I'm moving my humeral head, so my upper arm bone, and I'm moving my thigh bone. So just these bony rolls are happening, right? These wheels are turning just in the upper arm bone and the upper thigh bone. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Stay here. Hands at the backs of the thighs. Rock yourself up, reach the arms forward, start to curl back. We're not going to go all the way down, just go down a little bit, and then we're going to come up and reach the arms above you. Now, so the arms go above you. I want you to pull them back enough so you feel that middle back energize, and then start to float the arms down, squeeze the ball, start to curl back, and then come back up, lift up, 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 up. Energize that middle back. Squeeze the ball, roll down, easy shoulders and neck, so much freedom there. And then come back up. Now I want you to notice where your head is. Are you keeping your head in line with your neck, in line with your spine? Soften the front of the throat. Allow the front of the throat to soften. It kind of like comes really in to support the back of the neck and lift up. And then curl back halfway and pause here. We're gonna bend the right elbow wide, and you'll rotate towards the right or towards that arm, and then come back to the center. We'll do the other side. So we're gonna pull the arm first, like a little bow and arrow, and then twist and center, squeeze that ball. And that twist happens through the ribs, and reach, and rotate. Good, you can always do this without hand weights. You don't have to have hand weights. And reach. I'm using for reference 2 pounds. You can do 1s, you can do 3s, twist and center, and twist and center, and twist and center. We'll do 1 more left and rotate, center, pause, open the arms, roll down, reach the arms behind you. It's at this like wide V position here. Take the arms up. As they come up, they're going to come towards the hips. Follow it. Come all the way up and reach. Roll down halfway. Stay. Open the arms out. Start to roll down. Let the arms open overhead into this V position. As the arms come in, they come towards the body, and you roll up. We'll do this again. So curl back halfway. Open the arms, roll down, stretch wide across the ribs, and take the hands in, feel the ribs soften down, come back up. We're gonna go down halfway and stay. Halfway and pause here. Good, turn the palms to face up. We're gonna bend your elbows in, it's about 90 degrees. Right? If you needed to adjust, maybe you need to come a little higher, maybe you feel like, oh, I can come a little bit lower. Either way is totally fine. And then we're gonna lengthen the arms, and notice it gets a little bit easier here because, of course, the weight is further away from you. It gets a little harder here because weight's closer to you. And out and in. Breathe here. So there is so much value to both stability and mobility, right? So we are stabilizing our body. We understand how to do that from our ribs. We understand how to do that from our pelvis and our shoulders, right? But with a mover is the elbows. It's super easy. I have freedom across my neck and shoulders. 2 more. 1 more. Hold the elbows bent. Pause there. Little pulses up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend the arms. Roll down. Send the arms directly behind you. Squeeze the ball. Take the arms above you. Nod in and come all the way up. We're going to move the ball between the ankles and straighten the legs out in front of us. So stretch those legs. They're nice and long. If you've got some tightness in the hamstrings, of course, this is bend the knees so that you can come over your sits bones. More important that the spine is upright and we have ease of the hamstrings than straight legs. So this is not a cheat. So reach out the arms, take an inhale, exhale. I want you to pull the waist in as you stretch forward and come back up. Now feet are flexed. I want you to imagine your feet are up against a wall and your low back is up against a wall. We're going to keep those 2 points up against the wall. Take an inhale, exhale, squeeze the ball, reach, stretch the spine, and return upright. Again, squeeze the ball, stretch the spine, and come upright. And squeeze the ball, stretch the spine. Now pause here. Now free the low back, reach, 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 reach. Come all the way up, open the arms. Take the arms to the front. Curl, reach. Come all the way up, open the arms to the side. Arms forward, squeeze, curl, reach. All the way up, open the arms. We're going to go for a rotation. Twist to the right. Left hand is going to go towards the outside of the left foot. Right arm reaching back. Turn the gaze like the arms are like if you were walking, and then just reach. Come back up. To the other side, twist, same thing. And reach. And lift. Squeeze the ball. Feel the feedback of the legs coming back through the pelvis, into the spine. Twist, reach, and up. Nice rotation here. And reach, and lift. 1 more. And reach. And take the arms forward, start to roll back. Place the spine all the way down. Reach the arms behind you. Take the arms above you. Nod into the body. Gather from the center and stretch, stretch, stretch. And roll back, curl. Place the spine down, reach. And take the arms up, nod forward, deepen from the center, and stretch. 1 more, roll it back. And up. And reach. Put the weights down. Slowly start to rebuild the spine. Let's also move that ball just somewhere to the side. It's not... and then come forward. So we're going to roll back here. Take your hands to the outsides of the ankles. Rock back so that you're just behind the sits bones and connect your feet. I'm going to turn so you can see my angle. So what's happening with my legs. So I've got my big toe mounds touching. I've got the inside of my ankles, my heels touching, I should say. And then my legs are apart and they're actively pressing out into my arms. My arms are actively pressing in. So there's this energetic tension, right, already happening here. And then so easy, right, everywhere else. Because you've created that electrical connection through the center of the body, the arms and the legs. We're gonna roll back and roll up 5 times. Inhale to the shoulder blades and 5. Inhale. And 4. So this is really actually very underrated exercise. So not only is it great for our abdominals, right, but it's also massaging our back and And guess what happens when we give our little massage is it frees up our range of motion in our shoulders, right? Shocking. It's true, because tightness between our shoulder blades and up our back contributes to a limited range of motion in the arms. So we're getting a massage here. Like, this is all it takes to make an impact in your shoulder range of motion, is this little bit of soft tissue work. Are you having fun yet? One more. Hold it here. Woo, it's always that one more, right? I should never say one more. Pull the knees in. We're gonna roll back. We're gonna go into our 5 series. In Pilates, we have this, it's called the ab series, and it's 5 different exercises. I wanna start it on day 1 because we're gonna work through it. And so by the end, it should be like easy breezy Louise. So, as we start to curl back, I want you to take your left hand. I'm going to be like a little bit technical about this. Left hand to the right knee. Right hand to the outside of the right ankle. Both elbows are wide. As you curl back, stay in that upper ab curl. Pull the right knee in. Left leg is out. Now, left leg could be higher. It doesn't have to be low. A little bit lower is a little bit more of an advanced angle. Pull the knee in, elbows wide. And I want you to watch your abdominals. The abdominals are going to want to lift away as you switch legs. I want you to keep drawing the belly into the body and switch and stay. So hands now have switched, and switch and stay, switch and stay. It's 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1. Now both knees come in. This is our double leg stretch next. Both legs reach away. Both arms reach away, but notice my torso did not change. Circle the arms around, pull the shins in. Opportunity to renew your lift and stretch around, pull it in. 3 more. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. 1 more. And in. Now, single straight leg stretch. Right leg goes up, left leg goes out. I'm holding, you can hold on wherever you need to, right, for your flexibility. Hold on. Deep in the belly, nice easy neck. If you need to rest and put your head down, do that. I'm not going to do any pulses today, so just switch and stay. Switch and hold. Now switch and hold. Energize your inner thighs so those legs are staying nice and narrow. 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Both legs go up. Interlace the hands. Take them behind the head. Elbows are forward about halfway. Everybody head goes down for a moment. Take a little rest. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, curl the upper body. 5 leg lowers. They go down a few inches. Important to open the hip hinge. Flex your feet and bring it up. Point to lower. Flex to lift. They don't have to go low, right? The important thing is that you open the hip hinge and then you close it deep in the thigh bones. Inhale. And exhale. The weight of the head is being supported by the hands. 2 more. 1 more. Right knee in, left leg lowers. Rotate left ribs towards right thigh. And switch and stay. Don't worry about elbow to knee. Switch and hold. Switch and hold. Switch. Cross and twist. Twist. Be thoughtful about your legs. Where are they going? 1 knee comes right into the center. 1 leg goes away. Good. 2 more sets. Let's do 2 and 2. 1, 1. Bring both knees in. Let the feet go down. Pause. Bring your body to its side. I want you to stack the arms. And it's the legs are like you're sitting in a chair. Let's think about the rib cage moving. So you've got the top hand on the bottom. I want you to move your top ribs forward. And as they go forward, that hand slides forward. The nose comes down towards the floor. And then slowly and gradually bring the ribs back. Let that hand just go right across the other one. And now again, ribs just like open to the opposite direction. Head follows. And then bend that elbow. Slide, just retracing your steps with the arm. Ribs go forward. And then the ribs slide back. Again. And reach. This is like a little bit different than our feel good arm circle, similar. And open. And let's just do one more because I'm really starting to feel some movement happen. So like it gradually just gets like freer and more spacious. Pause here, take a full inhale. Exhale, settle. And then slowly just bring yourself up and switch around to the other side. This is just so we can stay facing each other. Same thing, bring yourself into that same position on the other shoulder and hip. We're gonna reach the top ribs forward, slide forward, and then back. Open. And forward. Release both sides of the jawline. Open. And slide, reach. Last one here to open. And roll onto your belly. Roll right onto your belly, and we're gonna take our hands wide, nice and wide, and the elbows are lifted up, so it's like little this is called gecko shoulders. So the elbows are lifted. Go ahead and drop the forehead down onto the mat, and I want you to think about your right shoulder, and I want you to lift the right shoulder up, out, and down. So the right shoulder blade, I should say. So the right shoulder blade is going up, out, and down. Circle it up, out, and down. And now reverse. Out, up, in, and down. So you're just creating this nice, it's almost like Vaseline between the shoulder blade and the rib cage, and just circling that shoulder blade. And then pause. We'll do the left side. Left goes up, out, and down. Up, out, and down. And then reverse. Out, up, in, and down. Just whatever your range of motion is, just think, oh, I have a movable, malleable, happy shoulder blades, and then we'll do kind of them both. So let's go right up and down, the left out, in and down. Almost like a figure 8 is happening through the shoulders. Up and in and out, in and down, and then reverse. It's okay if it feels like you're not getting like the figure 8 situation, right? Don't worry about it as long as you feel like those shoulder blades are moving. Pause, center. Energize your legs. Lift one, open the hip, lower it down. Lift the other, open the hip, lower it down. Toenails press into the mat. Keep pressing down. Engage your thighs. Gather the abdominals and start to float the ribs up into the shoulder blades. Continue to go until you feel like your spine doesn't want to go anymore, and keeping your shoulder blades on your rib cage, and then gently start to lower down. Now, adjust your hands as needed. Maybe you want them closer in, further forward, down, whatever that means for you. We're going to go back up, start to lift the heart. The sternum is going forward as you go up. Lift. And then gently lower back down. One more time. Sternum starts to go forward. Lift up, open the front of the body, and then lower back down. Good. Take the ball, put it between the ankles. Take your weights in your hands. Stretch your legs long. Now, optional. All of this is optional. The ball is optional. The weights are optional. Squeeze the ball and just hover the legs, right? I'm not going as high as I can. I'm just like thinking equally away, like length, as I am height. And then I'm going to lift my upper body. And then I'm going to send the arms back, bend the elbows in, and then lower everything down. So we're going to go up, reach, bend, and down. Lift, reach, bend, and down. Lift, reach, bend, and down. Now take the arms about just above the shoulders, kind of like a V. And then I want you to pull the arms back, squeeze the ball, lift the heart up, hold. Pulse the arms, 5, 4, palms are facing up, 3, 2, hold. And then reach the arms back out and lower back down. Again, start to hover the heart, pull the arms back, lift up, palms face up, pulse 5, 4, straighten the elbows, 3, squeeze the ball, 2, engage the backs of the thighs, hold, reach the arms back out and down. One more like that. Pull the arms back, lift the heart up, pulse the arms, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach the arms back out and lower back down. Pause here. We're going to take the arms to the T position, and we're going to lift the legs, and we're going to lift the arms, and then we're going to bend the knees, pull the arms back, straighten the legs, reach the arms to the T. Pull everything in. Reach everything out. 2 more. 1 more. And reach. And lower down. Tuck your toes. Keep the ball. Hands under shoulders. Go ahead and push yourself back. Round your spine. Release your forehead down. Take a full breath. Toes tuck under. Lift the hips and sink the heels. And then curl the tailbone under. I want you to undulate through the spine into a plank position. Hold it here. Lift the hips, sink the heels. Curl the tailbone under. Undulate to plank. Lift the hips, sink the heels. Again, curl the tailbone towards the belly button towards the ribs, towards the nose, lengthen out, stay. Here's the reverse. Head, round, 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 and sink. Shift to plank. And nod into the body. And sink. And plank. One more time like that. Curl it in. Sink the heels. Plank and hold it here. Stay. Breathe. Both knees are going to bend and stretch. Bend. So notice when I'm bending my knees, I'm not lowering my hips. So your knees might not bend a ton, but you have to roll a little bit onto your toes. And then bend the knees, roll onto your toes, lower the knees, lift the knees, straighten the legs. Let's roll in, drop, lift, stretch. Roll in, drop, lift, stretch. Roll in, drop, lift. One more. Roll in, drop, lift, stretch. Go ahead and bring the knees down. We're going to get off the wrist for a moment. Just move that ball. Shift it back. You're off the wrist. Drop the forehead down. Release any unnecessary tension that might have trickled into the neck. And then slowly roll up. Good. We're going to take this ball and put it behind the back of the right leg. So right behind the knee. Right? And then we're gonna drop down to both of our forearms. So shoulders are over the elbows, left knee's under the left hip. I want you to lift up this right leg and just lower it down, right? So don't overthink it, just lift the thigh and lower it down. Lift the thigh and lower it down. So we're getting this nice full range of motion. The pelvis and the low back are staying really still. Nice long neck. 2 more. 1 more. Going up. Stay at the top here. We'll just do little pulses, lift. So just tiny little squeeze, this little hug. It's like hamstrings under the hood of the glutes. You're getting this little squeeze and lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then turn the thigh out. So we've got this turned out position. And then pulse the leg up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that turn out and lift it up. So lower the turn out and lift it. If at any point you just feel like that ball has like slipped and you need to adjust it, just adjust it. Not a big deal. It's like not a cheat, right? It's just adjusting. The ball slips sometimes. Sometimes it's our pants and whatever. Of course, you don't have to use a ball. You could be doing this without a ball. 2 more. 1 more. Lift it up. Hold it up. Again, pulse 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to stay on that side with the ball. Just roll to your forearm. So I'm on my left forearm and I'm on the side of my left knee. We're gonna lower. I'm gonna adjust my ball. And we're gonna go up and lift the leg. It's gonna go down and up and lift. So as I'm lifting this top leg, I am just kind of like going right into that like hip kind of fold notch there. And I'm seeing how much I can go up without feeling like I'm gonna lose the ball or like lose my good form. If you are like, oh, this doesn't feel great to me, you're just here doing it, right? You don't have to do the lift. And up. Let's do 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. And bring it down. Go ahead and go all the way down onto the left shoulder. You can prop the head up here or you can lengthen out. But then bring this ball right in front of you. So you're going to use it for your hand. The right leg, left leg is just resting. Top leg, I want you to circle back. So we're gonna do the best job we can to just maintain stability through the ribs and the pelvis. And we're just doing this little circle back. And there's just a little pressure in the ball. I mean, honestly, this is just like accessory. This is, sometimes, it's like not totally necessary. For 3, I want you to listen to you. 2 and 1 and reverse. So we're just reversing the direction, making these tiny little circles, building a little bit of warmth and strength in these outer hip muscles, which are actually super important, right? You might notice like that when you go to outer hip work, it feels a lot harder than, just that front and back, those big muscles. That's right, because we don't work them as much. Hold it there, but they're so important. You're gonna rotate the leg in and then you're gonna kick it up and back. So I'm internally rotating, dropping the knee, which is important, just as much as an external rotation. I try and work the hips in all directions. In and out, in. So I'm sure you guys all know it's like your spine health is so important and indicative of longevity, but so are your hips. So super important to keep that spine mobile and strong and malleable, and same as those hips, and to reach in and to reach. And if you go back and do this video and you're like, ooh, like I want to do that hip work again, but you want more, just grab a set of like 1 pound ankle weights, right? As long as you keep good form, you can always do that. 2 more, 1 more. If you're really working on that strength, hold it there, flex the foot, pulse up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bend the knees in, right? Keep them there. Reach this bottom arm forward and just take the left hand on top of the thigh and just twist. Just give a little tiny hip stretch here. Ball goes between the ankles. It's super awesome, graceful transition onto your belly with that ball. Stack your hands, forehead on the hands, hover, and I want you to just squeeze the ball. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse the ball up. 8, 7, straight legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Shift back. We're just transitioning to the other side. I'm going to turn completely to the other direction. Ball goes behind the back of the left leg. You're on your forearms. And we're going to go up and down. So make sure that that right knee is under the right hip. Right? And we're just moving in this full range. Lift. And I'll do the best job I can to remember everything on this side that we did on the other side. Stay up and just pulse. 7, 6, 5. Just getting that nice squeeze on the ball. Just that the difference between the thigh and the seat. Hold it there. Turn out the leg. Pulse up. Lift, lift, lift. So just rotated that thigh bone out. Again, if that ball feels like it's slipping, just adjust it. Not a big deal. Lift, lift. Don't be distracted by it or lose the ball. And then we're going to lower it down and lift it. So we're working this full range. Down and down, up and up. Down and down, up and up. And lower. And lift. Breathe. We'll go up and stay. One more round of pulses. Lift, lift. Right, getting in that outer hip area. Now we're going to rotate. So bring that right forearm parallel. Turn towards that right hip. And we're going to lower. I'm going to adjust my ball here. And again, you can just stay down if you want to and lift, or we're going to go down, up, and lift. Down, up, and lift. Down, up, lift. Down, up, lift. That's it. Easy here. If it doesn't feel easy, just keep the hips down. You're gonna feel both hips working, right? This bottom one is, of course, working totally. So that's just your like affirmation from me. Like that, yes, you're gonna be feeling the bottom hip too. 2 more. 1 more. And bring it down. So we're gonna come to, this is where I forgot what we did. Move the ball. Lie down here, prop up, extend this leg. So we're propped on a ball here if you'd like. And we're gonna circle the top leg. Just circle and circle. Trying to stay as stable as we can through the rib cage, through the pelvis. And so you'll notice this leg is at a little angle up and back. I'm opening the front of my hip, so I'm working right behind the hip. And I'm being intentional about my circle. So the more energy you put through the leg and the more precision you're looking for in these circles, the more effectiveness you're gonna get out of it. And effectiveness, of course, equates to results. And reverse. Reverse. Try and keep those hips stacked. Keep the shoulders stacked. And then we're going to bring this top knee in. This is a little internal rotation now, so the foot is up. And then squeeze up and back. And drop it in and up and back. In, up and back. In, up and back. Stay with this and reach. Every time you straighten that leg, you're gonna feel that feedback of that work, internal and external. Well, not external, right? But just back, internally rotated and then extending the front of the hip, I should have said. In and out. Keep it out, flex the foot and pulse up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees into stack, right? We're gonna take a twist. And so just take that hand on top of the thigh and just rotate and breathe. And you'll get a little stretch of that hip. We'll do a bigger stretch in a moment. And bring it around. Go ahead and lie down on your back. So option to do a number 4 stretch here if you'd like to, but I'm gonna guide you through a different stretch that I like. So right thigh crosses over left thigh, so like squeezing the inner thighs together, and then bring the legs towards you. Grab the shins or the ankles, and you're just like pulling it as closely as you can, and almost like you're pulling the ankles away in opposite directions. And this is just to increase the stretch in the outer hips. And breathe. Uncross and change. And same stretch. Breathe here. Pull the knees into the body. Give them a squeeze. Straighten the arms by pushing the legs forward. Let that bring the head up. Now keep the arms straight. So the force of the legs reaching forward into the hands is really what's doing most of the work. The abdominals are pretty easy here. And just massage the low back. 3. Get enough momentum. You're going to come all the way up. Bring the ball behind the low back. You're on the ball with your low back, soles of the feet together, knees apart. And then take your hands to the mat, like right underneath the mat if you have a mat. If you're not on a mat, then just like hold on to the legs maybe for now. So you're gonna go back, and then we're gonna be in this like parallel position. I want you to find your hip bones, and I want you to imagine there's a magnet on the inside of both of these hip bones. So you're gonna go back first. We're moving from the rib cage back. So we've got a little extension in the spine. And then we're gonna come back to parallel. We need to think about the magnet here, right? So I'm not gonna come up, not coming up. So I'm already in a position of challenge here. That's why you have the hands here. And you're gonna go back, and then you're just gonna come up to that same position. So it's almost extension and then parallel. Extension and parallel. Do the best job you can to not try and pull up with your pelvis, right? We are using our abdominals here. The weight of the head is what's making this so hard against gravity. If you want more, take the hands off. Inhale back. Exhale, deepen. Inhale back. Exhale, deepen. Inhale back. Almost there. Back and back. One more. Come all the way up. Grab the feet, round the body forward. Let the head hang. Release the back of the neck. Send breath into your back and just breathe here. Slowly rebuild the spine. I'm going to give you up 2 options here. Well, and more. I mean, you're at home. You can feel free to do whatever you want. But either have a seat like we started in any way that you feel comfortable.
with the spine nice and long, or feel free to lie down on your mat. Same thing, as long as your spine is long. And I want you to close the eyes. If you feel comfortable closing the eyes, I would hope that wherever you are in your home, I'm going to change my position, that you feel comfortable, that you feel safe enough to close the eyes. And again, just invite yourself in, welcome yourself back in to this physical vessel. Your true nature. Allowing a wave of calm to wash over you. As if you're telling your entire motor system to just let go. Surrender into the non-doing. Soften even more. Release even more. Keep going. Even more. Bringing in more compassion, more affection, more admiration, deeper acceptance, gratitude. Come into the being. Aligning in your place of integrity. So that when you meet the world under life circumstances, you're able to stay in your integrity and nothing can move your feet. You remain aligned with your highest values. Nurturing yourself, nurturing your relationships that are meaningful to you. Accessing your own innate wisdom. When you're ready, open the eyes. Come back to the physical body. And this is where we end.